Hey YouTube, what's up? Jobin here from 21 Frets. Today I'm going to be talking about bar chords with the root on the E string, bar chords with the root on the A string. I'm going to be making two videos on this. The second part is the bar chords with root on the A string. So let's zoom in and try and figure this one out. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about bar chords with the root on the E string. So primarily the G major bar chord. Now this is a G major bar chord. Your finger positions for the chord is your ring on the 5th of the A, your pinky on the 5th of the D, your middle on the 4th of the G, and then your index, you press the entire 6 strings on the 3rd fret. That's called as a bar chord. Now when I say I'm playing a bar chord, what I am doing actually is trying to bring the tension from the 0th fret to the 3rd fret. That's a bar chord. So the way you know you're playing it right is by playing one string at a time, really slow, and make sure that every string is loud and clear. They should not buzz. For most of you, the thickest 4 string should not be a problem, but the B string might buzz and the E string as well. That's because you're not pressing down hard with your index on that string. Technically, the index in this case is required for 6th string and only the first 2 strings. The rest strings are covered with your pinky, ring and index, middle. So if you're not getting down that B string and E string, it simply means you're not pressing down hard enough on that fret. Also, there might be a possibility that you're playing the chord, you're placing your index right on the fret. Now be advised, I'm not playing right on the fret. In the video, it might appear that I'm playing on the fret, but I'm not on the fret. I'm just besides the fret. For my view, or for the ones you play, for my view, it is I can just see the fret. One important real quick tip is how to do this. I'm using my hard part of my index to play the bar chord. If you're going to use this part, you will end up muting the string. So make sure using this area or this portion of your index to play the bar chord. That's very much important. Now for some of you, you may need adjustments. I am comfortable playing bar chord in this way. That is, my tip of the finger is just 5 mm above that board. But for some of you, you might need adjustment. You may go up a little, you may go down a little, but make sure you're not too much, because that's going to cause problem with this finger as well. So make some adjustments that you need to figure out that you can best play the chord with. That's pretty much with the how to play the chord correctly. Now moving on to the chord shape. Now the chord shape is coming from that E major shape. Now if you're not aware about the E major open position, then I suggest you first learn how to play an E major chord. So the E major chord is 0, 2, 2, 1, 0, 0. That's your E major chord. Now if I replace my E major with my pinky, ring and middle, okay, and then move it up to say fret number 5 and bar fret number 3, that's my G major bar chord. So the G major is coming off from that E major itself. I'm just moving that E major shape, and when I bar it, that's my G major bar chord. Now talking about the minor chord. G minor bar chord. The only difference between a G major and a G minor is this note. Now if I take off my index from that G major shape, if I take off my middle from that G major shape and play the entire 6 strings, that is my G minor bar shape. That's the only difference between the major and minor bar chord. Now in this case, when I take off my middle, that's my minor bar chord. Now here playing minor bar chord would be a little easier, because in this case you can take help from your middle. Ask your middle to lie on that index so that you generate enough power or energy, for that matter, to press down the entire 6 strings. Initially it is going to take much more than that to play a bar chord, but with time everybody gets it. So now moving on to the shape of that minor chord. Now if you remember your E minor is 0, 2, 2, 0, 0, 0. That's my E minor. Now if I replace it with my, say, pinky and ring and move it up to, say, fret number 5 and bar it, that's my G minor bar shape. So every minor bar chord with a root on the E string is coming off from that E minor shape. Every major bar chord with the root on the E string is coming off from that E major shape. So that's it for this video. In the next video, I'm going to be making about bar chords with the root on the A string.